Has anyone ever been to a wedding where someone actually objected? I was at my college roommate's wedding last fall when the officiant got to that part. It was this gorgeous outdoor ceremony at a vineyard, maybe 150 people, everyone dressed up and happy. The bride looked stunning, the groom was beaming, and we all expected the usual awkward silence before they moved on to the vows. Instead, this elderly man in a rumpled suit slowly stood up from the very back row. He had to be in his 70s, white hair, thick glasses, and he was clutching a manila envelope like his life depended on it. "I'm sorry, but I have to object," he said in this shaky voice that somehow carried across the entire venue. Everyone turned around. The bride went pale. The groom looked confused, squinting at the old man like he was trying to place him. The officiant just stood there with his mouth open. "Sir, do you have grounds for this objection?" the officiant finally managed to ask. The old man started walking down the aisle, his hands trembling. "My name is Robert Lynn. That woman up there killed my granddaughter." The whole place erupted. People were gasping. The bride started shaking her head frantically, and the groom grabbed her arm like he was trying to protect her. "He's lying!" the bride shouted. "I don't know this man." But Robert kept walking forward, envelope in hand. "3 years ago, my granddaughter Lisa was killed in a hit and run. The driver was never found." He held up a photo of a car with front-end damage. "This is your car, Amanda, the one you reported stolen the next morning." Then he pulled out another photo. "Lisa's car was in the shop, so she asked to borrow yours that night, but you never let her take it." The crowd had gone completely still. You could hear birds chirping in the vineyard. Lisa walked home instead. Witnesses saw her leave that night alone, not in a car on foot. Robert's voice hardened. "And a few hours later, your car was found abandoned, damaged. No fingerprints but your own. You told police it had been stolen." He looked directly at the bride. "You hit her. You ran, and then you lied." Amanda started backing away from the altar, shaking her head. "This is insane. You're insane." But Robert wasn't done. He pulled out more papers, police reports, insurance documents. "I hired a private investigator 6 months ago. Found out you and Lisa had been fighting over the same boyfriend. Found out you followed her to that party." The groom was staring at his bride now, and she was looking around like a trapped animal. "The investigator tracked your movements that night through your phone GPS, your credit card receipts, security cameras. You were on that road at exactly the time Lisa was killed." Amanda suddenly bolted. She kicked off her heels and ran toward the parking lot in her wedding dress, but the groom's brother and 2 groomsmen caught her before she made it 20 feet. She broke down completely then, sobbing and screaming that it was an accident, that she never meant for anyone to die, that she was just trying to scare Lisa. Robert stood there watching her with tears streaming down his face. She was 22 years old. She was going to be a teacher. The police arrived about 10 minutes later. Turns out Robert had coordinated with